Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Wednesday, the 16th of March, 2022. So thanks for joining us on the Accelerate and Multiply live stream. Now, I've got my good friend, Dr. Joe Isaak, with me. How you doing, my man?
Thank you. I'm very, very well. I'm loving it and living it and living alongside our new friend, COVID-19.
I heard my wife say today on a television interview, she said, emotions are more contagious than COVID.
Well, that is true. That is true. And the mindset is the worst. And I was talking about this the other day. When you say the word AIDS, it's conventionally people think it's HIV, but actually that requires physical contact. Obviously, we're not talking about medical stuff, but we're talking about the emotions and the negativity and the jealousness, and then all these things are exactly the same. They can transfer without physical contact. They're actually worse than AIDS because AIDS requires that physical contact, where these guys don't. They can just, you get it on the phone, you get it in a Zoom meeting, and it just turns everybody bad. And I was saying that at least 6 billion people on this planet, they need to change the definition of achievements and success. It's not about making, 100,000s of dollars every single day, but it's more about waking up the very next day and being just happy, being, in a good mood, being looking forward to the next challenge. This is a very important conversation to have. And I have seen some people taking my words out of context and thinking, okay, I'm promoting that they can be lazy and sit on their bum. This is not what I'm saying. You're not going to feel good and feel that sense of achievement unless you actually do something. It's not about doing something big. It's about, you look at yourself and you say, what? You know what? I'm actually better than yesterday. I am learning. I'm moving. So
100%. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. First of all, as a doctor, what do you specialize in, and what problem are you helping your clients solve?
Well, my specialty is actually human performance and psychology. So psychology is my background, and I use psychology, NLP, and a lot of crazy mixes that I have created. My target is to help people level up their game. And probably a lot of people will know a lot of information about me on the internet, but what I want to say is, who am I really deep inside that not many people know? And because you're my very good friend Daniel, I would like to say this in your live, in your show, because this is exclusive for you. It's not anywhere on the internet about me. Actually, who I am is someone who suffered a lot, is someone who has been betrayed, is someone who, so what does it feel like to be on the other side and just come back? And because I have been in that situation, there was nobody next to me. There was nobody to tap on my shoulder or give me that, kind of hug. And I don't really mean it in a physical way. I mean it to contain me, a coach to help me. And because of that suffering, I took an oath on myself that I will use my best resources to help people that don't have to go through the same experience in the term and the era of the knowledge and videos and everything pretty much you can find on the internet. So I design programs that will help people elevate that, counter their problems. I faced a lot of problems, and if someone should have post-traumatic stress disorder in this world, I should be one of the top people. I could be even like a world champion in that. But I pulled through, and here I am trying to pull others through. And I always say, and this is extremely important, you're asking me what problem I help people solve. So to give you, obviously, I help a lot of problems. It's gonna be hard to define which problem. I help people with relationships. I help people with their plan for their performance development to get promoted at work. Even if they wanted to meet, the next person that they think is going to be the one that they want to spend the rest of their life with, I can help with all that. But the concept here is, even people that struggled in the past or were exposed to circumstances that are not favorable, I want you to engage with me in this conversation, Daniel, so your audience can feel it and connect with it. Any situation can happen to us. This is not in our control. My dad died. You're aware of this. That was not in my control. There's nothing I could do about it. Can't stop it. So let's use this as an example. Any situation comes to you. When
Well,
the
for me, I
situation
think
happens,
a
pardon?
lot of people have lost loved ones, and I think a lot of people have lost careers, and I see a lot of people grieving the loss of their careers right now. So I think these two are two very important things.
Absolutely. So now engage with me, whether it's a career thing or love or family or whatever. I'm just using my dad because you know about it, because I really want you to connect this concept. In this case here, the situation happened. I can let this situation disappoint me, all right? Or I can let it drive me. So now if we go to the alphabet, we have the letter D, right? So disappoint or drive. But what's the letter before the D, Daniel?
C.
So that means you have a choice. Situation can happen, you have no choice. But your reaction to that situation is a choice. Okay, you've
100%.
lost your job, you lost your loved one, whatever it is. What are you going to do about it? Certainly grieving about it for the rest of your life and staying under a rock, blaming your luck and blaming everything
Hanging
is
out in
not
a
going
pit
to
of
change it.
despair,
Yeah, I
stuffing
mean,
your nose full of Kleenex toilet tissues.
yeah, it's not going to change anything. And I'm not telling the people that don't have emotions and don't grieve. Of course, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is everything has a time and there's a choice to it. So I help people, in summary, to see the world differently, believe in themselves, and I give them the tools, just like you, exactly, Daniel. That's why we connect very well, because we use the same school. Okay, is giving people practical tools. People are sick of videos and lectures and books that are telling them you should be the best presenter, you should give public presentations,
You
you should
should
be
wake up
confident,
at 4 a.m. in the
you
morning.
should, you should, but nobody's actually telling them, okay, how do you achieve this? So everybody knows, yeah, you got to be engaging public
They
presenter.
know the what.
Everybody knows this, but how can I
What's
be?
the how?
What
Absolutely.
can I do? So I take them, I hold their hands and I say, okay, if it's public speaking, for instance, just as an example to demonstrate, the first thing you need to do is this: look that way on the camera. At this time, look like this. Sometimes go forward, sometimes go backward. Here, raise your tone. And I'll explain to them why raise your tone and why not raise your tone. Things like this. So that's the answer for the first question, my man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've put Dr. Joe's Facebook link in there, so make sure you go to the chat box, click on the link, and go across to his Facebook page and connect with him, because you've got a whole bunch of practical tools that can help you take the next step in life. Now, Joe, we're in the business of helping people. You're based in Australia. What are some of the big challenges in the industry in Australia today when it comes to helping people? What do you see as some of these challenges?
The biggest challenge, that it's the challenge of all times, but it hasn't been any light since COVID-19, which is people love their comfort zone. We all do. I like to buy this kind of coffee from this coffee shop. I like that taste. If you're gonna tell me this coffee shop is gonna disappear tomorrow, that means there's a change happening, or I have to move out. I'm pissed off already. And unfortunately, this is what's happening. There's so many dramatic changes happening because of COVID-19, because of the shuffling of the economic atmosphere everywhere, because of the wars that are happening. I was shocked when I heard about the Ukrainian war, because I thought at 2022 we've established the world and the borders and the citizens of the world and citizens of every country. I didn't think that at this stage, in this time and era, somebody could just do like back in the old days, pick up a sword and go and say, yep, I'm invading this, I'm going to take it. And the world stand by watching and just commenting, saying this is not acceptable. So because of this, this was a shock for me. There are a lot of things. This is just one example that is exactly the same. So the biggest challenge that Australia is facing at the moment, having been hit by so many things, including COVID-19, floods, and so on and so forth, is their ability to cope with the change. What does the change mean for us as business owners, as people that are trying to survive this? Well, back in the day, if you were doing everything with your clients face to face, because that's the way you do it, like to connect with people, have a coffee with them, etc., this has changed. So if you didn't invest in yourself and grab those new skills of how to use the online format of things, jumping on Zoom or Teams or Adobe or whatever software that allows you to do this, then you're gone. And I say this, and I would like to simulate it even on the screen, try my best, that a lot of people think that I need to go backward to lose business. So this is the forward direction. and the opposite is backward, right? So if I am moving forward, I'm constantly keeping with my competitors. I'm not necessarily saying I'm really leading, but it's okay keeping up with them. The moment I stop is that exact moment I'm behind. Some people see that someone actually went back. No, you didn't go back. It's just the world is moving and you stopped. So if you're not coping with that change and moving with it, online skills, how to use cameras, how to shoot, how to present, like you're seeing me on the camera now, but it really feels because of all the techniques I'm using right now that I'm aware of is making you feel that we are sitting right now face to face. If you don't have all these skills, you can't. And this is one change. Also, there's change in legislation. If you're running your hospitality venue, so your bar, club, etc., before you were setting up your revenue, I know that you like practicality and you like strong examples, Daniel. So here we are, another example. Your revenue was, $100 based on you getting 50 customers in the place at once. That was your plan. That was your projection. This is your history. But right now, the government said, no, you can't have 50 at one go. You can only have 25. All right. So what are you going to do about it? You got to plan again differently. You're going to set up different products, different prices. You're going to play with your margin, profit margin, if you wanted to keep up what you were doing before, not necessarily to raise it up more or handle it or manage it in a way to keep up with the inflation that is currently happening in Australia. So
Now,
there we go.
before COVID, you were already using social media to your advantage. And I know today there's millions of views on your videos across YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. How have you used these platforms to be able to catapult your influence? Because I know my videos might get 10 views, and I look at yours and you're getting 200,000 views. What are you doing?
It's psychology. Okay, your videos, Daniel, they are amazing. I watch them. I love your stuff. But there's kind of difference here in the targeting. Okay, you speak to a very, very, very special and niche market. I'm speaking to just about every single body. So by default, it's not the views that will judge someone's success. What really judges is with the conversion. You might be getting more conversions than someone else that has more views. Okay, means how many people believe in you. I mean, in the realm of business and business coaching and all that stuff, everywhere in Asia and in many other parts of the world, whenever they think about a coach that will actually take them through the journey and hold their hands and walk them through it, Daniel Tolson comes to their mind. Now that's market positioning. Now, how did I use all my views and all that stuff? Well, put it this way: back in the day, I have been on social media from 2005 on YouTube. And you probably don't know this, but I do have over 50 YouTube channels. You probably know one or two. I keep trialing things. I keep learning, because all the videos that you see from people telling you, this is how you explode, this is how you blah, blah, all these things are gimmicky and just hooks to get people to watch. So I have to test for myself and see what works. And having done this, I learned one thing, that back in the day, when people used to hire me for any projects or any coaching, etc., I had a price. Okay, that price was kind of average. It wasn't too expensive. It wasn't too cheap. But the social media gave me that authority. So if I was to charge $100 before, now I'll charge 1,000. That's number one, because people know I demonstrate what I'm selling. Before, I can tell them, hey, I can do this. I can do this. Trust me. There's no trust me now. There's a demonstration. If you don't believe what I'm saying, you don't have to. Look at this. If I tell you I can help you, whoever that might be, to get those kind of views, I am certain I can deliver. Why? Because I have done it on so many channels, even on TikTok. TikTok, maybe one of the accounts, but I actually have more than one account on TikTok managed by different teams for different things. Why do I have so many accounts? Because I keep testing, I keep learning, and I realize, okay, this is not working anymore. This is not working. Okay, so it looks like sometimes platforms put a cap on how big you can go. Okay, your size is, you gotta reach 1 million. That's it. Doesn't matter after this, you put 700 videos or you put no videos, you're not getting out of that cap. So for me to learn these things, I need to test myself with proper data, just like your style and systems, to actually look at what happened, what's going on, and how to forecast the future. So the social media gave me the authority where I can charge more, and also gave me constant undry work. Before, I could have some times where I have no clients. Right now, I have waiting lists. So that is the difference. And it's not about making money, because I'm not really money-driven person like I used to be, but it's about helping people. Sometimes I pick clients that will pay me less than other clients because I know their influence, their respect. What they're going to do with what they're going to learn from me is going to have a stronger repetition compared to the other client that will pay more. So financially, it's not the
100%.
right decision, but on a long strategical game, it is the right decision.
Now, I've just put your Facebook link back into the group now. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining me live, click on the link and go to Dr. Joe Isaak. Joe, to wrap it up, what's coming up for you, and where can people learn more about what you're doing?
Well, I'm coming up with a couple of programs. As you're aware, the divorce rate has risen, in particular in Australia and also worldwide, to more than 27%. So it's really, really crazy. So I'm putting together a couple of programs. One is called WIT, Wife in Training. That's the WIT, Wife in Training. And the other one is really funny too. It's called HIT, which is Husband in Training. So
Wives,
really
go to Dr. Joe's Facebook page. Husbands, go there right now.
WIT and HIT, and with the Arab look I have, that confirms really that, Arab men bash their women or something. Like, even this guy's making a program about it to train the people how to hit. No, it's actually Husband in Training and the Wife in Training, to help people understand when you jump in relationships, it's not really about marriage. I mean, some people don't believe in marriage. This is not the concept. But if you're going to be in a relationship, if you're struggling in your relationship, if you are single and you want to be in a relationship, there are certain fundamentals that a lot of people don't grasp. They could be 30 and even 40 and still haven't grasped those. So basically,
100%.
I punch in that program. I introduce people together. I get people to work together, and we create a team, and then we move. These are the most two recent programs to counter what's happening. In addition to this, I'm providing now very small groups coaching, which I never allowed before. Before, I will only do public speaking events, etc. Now I'm doing some small grouping sessions because I found it to be very, very intimate and effective.
Excellent. Husbands, go to the Facebook page now. Wives, go there. Joe, thanks for joining us today. It's a pleasure to see you once again. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go and follow Dr. Joe Isaak, and Wives in Training, Husbands in Training. I better come and sign up for it as well. My friend, good to see you there. And we'll see you again soon.
All right,
Thanks
thank you, Daniel. Thank
Mate,
you.
good to see
Thank you.
I'll see
Cheers.
soon.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't registered yet, make sure you register now for the Unleashed Masterclass this Monday, 8 p.m. here in Taiwan, 8 p.m. in Malaysia, 11 p.m. in Sydney, and God knows what time it is in the morning in the UK, but probably 7 a.m. I'll see you there, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful day. Ciao for now.